I'm wanting to learn how to close the gap on something. I know what you were talking about earlier was to focus on what you wanted. And sometimes I get caught up in what is and how can that, shall I give you an example?
We want to hear it, but before you do, we want to beat you up a little bit.
Okay.
By saying to you, it's a simplistic statement, focus upon what you want. It's so simple. And yet, it's something that so many people have a hard time doing. Because the circumstances that made you want it are still available for you to give your attention to and to use for your justification for wanting it. We want to put a question to you, and we really think it's worth pondering for a while.
Okay.
What makes it so difficult for me to just talk about what I want? And we want to answer it by saying, law of attraction is giving you access to what you're looking at more easily than to what you want. So you say, well, then how can I get law of attraction to help me out? How can I get this powerful law to help me out? And we say, by morphing what you talk about more in the direction of what you want. So what I want's over here, and where I am's over here, and over here is way more interesting to me because there it is in full vivid color, and I'm talking about it all the time. What I want's over here, but what is over here. And we say, so if you could talk about what is on the outer edges, 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 then you could more easily morph yourself into talking more about what you want. Give us your example.
I want my trust to be available to me. It is now at Wells Fargo Bank, and I have no communication with them. And I'm wanting to...
But you hear what you just said.
Okay.
And that's all right, because that's the way it happens. I want this, but I've got this. That's what you said. So we spent minutes before you said that saying, talk only about what you want, talk only about what you want, talk only about what you want. And you said, okay, I'll talk only about what I want. I want my trust to be available to me, but it isn't. And we say, talk only about what you want, talk only about what you want. And you say, okay, I've got it. I want this, but I've got this. And we say, talk only about what you want, talk only about what you want, talk only about what you want. And you say, okay, I want this. Yeah, it's so hard. I want this, but can I just tell you what's happening? And we say, talk only about what you want, talk only about what you want, talk only about what you want. And you say, but, okay, I want this, but I've been trained to notice what's going on. And you can't help but notice what's going on. And we say, talk only about what you want, talk only about what you want, talk only about what you want.
Okay.
This could be a much shorter seminar. We want you to understand that this process of creation is not about finding the thing that the most people agree about. And certainly when you're bickering over a trust fund, it seems that somebody's going to be right and somebody's going to be wrong. But we want you to understand that the money that is amassed in a vibrational escrow for you goes far beyond that trust fund. And when you squabble over the paltry trust fund, you pinch yourself off from the resources that are over there waiting for you. And that's what's got you choked up over this.
Thank you.
You see, you've been doing it for a while, but you just have to only talk about what you want. Only talk about what you want. Only talk about what you want. We know this is repetitive slightly. Only talk about what you want. It's hard to hear, isn't it? Because you say, all right, I'll only talk about what I want and this other one thing. Oh, and that thing. And that one over there. That's just those two things and that one over there. Esther will say to Jerry, this is the last thing I'm going to say, but just let me say this one last thing. Just this one last thing. This is the last thing you're going to hear from me about this, but just let me say this one last thing. And Jerry lays on the floor and puts the pillows over his head and tries to keep from hearing this one last thing. In other words, only talk about what you want. Only talk about what you want. Because the universe knows what you want, is queued up to give you what you want, but when you talk about other than what you want, you don't let yourself go there, which makes you feel so like you need to talk about it as it is. Only talk about what you want. You want proof that what you know and what you're doing works. And nothing will tear you up more than to be standing in a moment where you're not seeing the proof. But you've been hearing us telling you for years and years and years and years and years. It may be the thing we've spoken more often than all other things, except that law of attraction is the manager of the universe, and that is 99.99% of every creation is completed vibrationally before you see any physical evidence of it. And so it's completed. You've got to trust that it's completed and start talking about it as if it is, instead of looking for the evidence of it, which makes you shout to the boundaries of the universe that it isn't completed when it is. And it's that one flaw that keeps you from getting what you want now, getting what you want now, getting what you want now. Nothing can hold you apart from what you want other than your vibrational stance. That's why there are no injustices anywhere in the universe. So we want to say to you, in a way that you can really hear it, those rascals that look like they've got you pinned to the ground, who seem to be keeping you from things that you want, are actually angels in disguise who are causing you to have greater clarity about what you want. They have been responsible for you putting more stuff in vibrational escrow, and your future experience will be benefited tremendously by them, but you've got to stop holding them as the culprits in your judgment, because holding them as the culprits in your judgment keeps you away from the stuff you deserve, you see.